We all face struggles, don't we? The relentless fears that grip us, the doubts that cloud our minds, the pain that sinks deep into our souls. These experiences, painful as they may seem, are not just obstacles. What if they are, in fact, the very tools that can lead us to our true purpose? Let's reflect on this. Every human being is confronted by challenges, obstacles, and suffering. But this is not a cosmic mistake. The Stoics believed that life's hardships are not random misfortunes, but opportunities for inner transformation. It is in these moments of adversity that we are called to rise, to reflect, and ultimately, to evolve. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." How we choose to respond to our challenges determines the course of our lives. Consider the idea that every hardship we face is an opportunity in disguise. Each moment of discomfort can reveal something about our inner nature, something we may not have fully understood until now. The fear you feel when standing on the precipice of change. What if the discomfort you avoid is precisely the discomfort you need to embrace? In his writings, Friedrich Nietzsche famously said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." This statement transcends simple motivation. It challenges us to rethink our very relationship with hardship. Instead of shying away from pain and discomfort, perhaps we should lean into them, not with the expectation of suffering, but with the awareness that within them lies the potential for deep transformation. Now imagine if, rather than fearing our fears, we treated them as messengers, guides that direct us toward what we truly need to confront. When we suppress or ignore these feelings, we deny the deeper layers of our psyche. But when we listen to them, when we allow ourselves to experience the full range of our emotions, we gain access to a wellspring of self-awareness. This process of self-awareness leads us to our true purpose. The philosopher Søren Kierkegaard argued that the greatest challenge of life is to live authentically, to be who we truly are, not who society or circumstances expect us to be. True freedom, according to Kierkegaard, is the ability to embrace one's individuality, to face life head-on without compromise. And this requires us to move through life's challenges with courage, not seeking to avoid suffering, but rather to understand and learn from it. In embracing discomfort, we begin to unearth the latent power within us. It is this power that gives us the strength to endure, to persist, and to evolve. Just as the pressure of the earth creates diamonds, the pressure of life's trials creates the strength of character necessary to achieve greatness. But let us not confuse purpose with an easy life. Purpose is not about avoiding difficulty. Rather, it is about finding meaning in the struggle itself. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor, spoke of this in his seminal work, Man's Search for Meaning. Frankl observed that those who survived the atrocities of the concentration camps were not necessarily the strongest physically, but those who could find meaning in their suffering were the ones who endured. He wrote, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." This then is the core of what it means to unlock your true purpose. To realize that your suffering, your fear, your struggle, these are not signs that you are on the wrong path, but signs that you are on the right one. Your purpose is not some distant destination, a place you will eventually arrive at once you get it all together. No, Your purpose is unfolding right now, in every moment, in every challenge, in every breath. Now let us turn our attention to action. In the grand narrative of life, action is the bridge between intention and reality. However, true action does not come from a place of mere willpower or ego-driven desire. It comes from a place of clarity. Clarity that arises only when we are willing to confront the depths of our fears and doubts. But how can we develop this clarity? It starts with self-reflection. The Stoics practiced a form of self-examination that helped them remain grounded in their principles, no matter what external circumstances arose. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often wrote about the importance of remembering our nature, our virtues, and our values. He understood that external chaos can only affect us if we let it. Therefore, by consistently reflecting on our actions and reactions, and so, as you move through your day-to-day life, remember this: every challenge is an invitation to grow. Every moment of discomfort is an opportunity to awaken a deeper layer of your potential. Every fear you face is an invitation to transcend it, to uncover a truth about yourself that you have yet to realize. To unlock your true purpose is not to be free from pain or struggle. It is to learn how to dance with these elements, to embrace them with grace, and to transform them into fuel for your growth. Your true purpose is not found in the absence of difficulties, but in your courageous response to them. What fear, what doubt, or what challenge have you been avoiding? Take a moment to reflect on that. Maybe you've been holding back because the weight of the unknown feels too much to bear. Or perhaps you've convinced yourself that you're not yet ready. We all have our fears, but what if the very thing you've been avoiding is the very thing you need to confront in order to unlock your true potential? Ask yourself this: what power lies dormant within you, waiting for the moment when you decide to embrace it fully? I'm not talking about some future version of yourself, some idealized person you envision becoming one day when the stars align and everything falls into place. No, I'm talking about the person you are right now, in this very moment, the power you've always had, even if you haven't realized it yet. This is the paradox we face in life. We are afraid of the things that have the most potential to change us. The challenge, the struggle, the fear, it's all part of the process. Every great transformation in history has come through a confrontation with something difficult, something uncomfortable, something terrifying. Think about the great thinkers, warriors, and leaders of the past. What did they have in common? They all faced fear, doubt, and challenges that seemed insurmountable. Yet they pushed through. They embraced the discomfort and let it forge them into something greater. Now look at yourself. What is it that you've been avoiding? What opportunities have you let slip by because you were too afraid to take the leap? Maybe it's the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, or the fear of not being good enough. These are universal fears, but they are also illusions. They are the stories we tell ourselves to justify staying in our comfort zones. But there's something much more powerful than fear. It's your purpose. Purpose is not a distant future or a lofty ideal. It's the force that drives you, the call to action that's always been there beneath the surface. It's the whisper that keeps nudging you, telling you there's something more, something greater waiting for you. It's the feeling you get when you think about what you could do, if only you had the courage to try. That is purpose, and it is calling you right now. Your purpose is not something you discover by thinking about it endlessly or waiting for the perfect moment. It is something you uncover by taking action, by facing the fear, confronting the doubt, and taking the first step, no matter how uncertain it may feel. The moment you decide to embrace it fully is the moment you step into your power. The world is full of distractions, full of noise that drowns out the voice of purpose. But deep down, in the silence, there's a whisper, a call to rise above the ordinary, to break free from the patterns that have kept you small. This is your call, and the moment you embrace it, everything begins to change. I want you to imagine something. Imagine that right now, you make the decision to step into your purpose. You stop letting fear dictate your actions. You stop waiting for the perfect conditions. You decide here and now that you will rise above the doubts, the uncertainties, and the challenges. What does that look like for you? For some, it's starting that business you've always dreamed of but never had the courage to launch. For others, it might mean ending a toxic relationship that has drained your energy and held you back. For some, it might be standing up for what you believe in, even when the world tells you to stay silent. Whatever it is, the key is to stop postponing it. Stop putting it off because you think you need more time, more experience, or more certainty. The truth is, you'll never have all the answers. But that's okay. Purpose isn't about having everything figured out. It's about taking the first step, trusting that the rest will follow. So I ask you again, what fear, what doubt, or what challenge have you been avoiding? Is it the fear of not being enough? The fear of failure? The fear of judgment? And what if, in the act of facing that fear, you find that it was never the obstacle you thought it was, but the gateway to something greater? Don't wait any longer. The moment you decide to embrace your purpose fully, you unlock a power within you that will change everything. The question remains, will you answer?